हार हार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्ड मण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्मा शुक शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती शेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्म विचार सार परमा माद्यां जगत व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तक धारिणीं अभयदा अंधकारापहा हस्ते स्फटिकमालिकां विदधति पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिं प्रदां शारदां बुद्धिं प्रदां शारदां बुद्धिं प्रदां शारदां बुद्धिं प्रदां शारदां।
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
A very warm welcome to everyone who is here on Monday morning, 5th of July 2021. The last Gayatri mantra that you sung was actually pleading to God to lead us on the path of enlightenment. And today, what I'm going to share with you is going to bring some new factors in your life, which will open your eyes about climate reality, because this is only one planet that we have. As the poster also said, there's no planet B. So on that note, allow me to share and take you to my presentation, because time is precious. So at the onset, dear children, parents, teachers, I want to thank two great leaders for this presentation. Number one is the director, sir, Dr. Ashok Kumar Pandey, who inducted us into the Sustainable Development Goals and also led us on the path of climate reality. Secondly, Mr. Al Gore, the former ex-Vice President of America, whose worldwide project is raising awareness in a way no other project has ever done. And today, as a climate reality leader, I'm here to share with you what I learned. So here goes, and if we just present you, I must ask you, how are you feeling today? Monday morning, beginning of the week. So is somebody feeling excited? I really hope. Is somebody wondering what is going to happen? And is somebody thinking, oh my God, I hope they don't give us any more projects to do, right? And somebody's confused. Right in the Monday morning, ma'am talked about the literary week, and Sunita ma'am is talking about climate reality. So what is this? And I hope somebody is not angry with me. And if you are, forgive me, because this is very, very important. So I'll just proceed. And sometimes, there. Climate reality is my responsibility. I've used the pronoun my. It's not everybody's responsibility. I will focus on my responsibility. Each person who is living on this earth has a responsibility to shoulder. And this is what this presentation is going to share, the same responsibility that needs to be taken by each one of us very, very carefully. Thanks to the global training of Climate Reality Leadership Corps, that the first part of the presentation that you're going to watch the slides have been sent by them. So this is a disclaimer, it's not my presentation. Right at the beginning, I'm sharing with you. But the second part, where what to do, what I can do, is what I bring to you from my kitty. So going on, the climate crisis and its solutions are here. This is our lovely Earth, like a blue marble, right? If you see it from the space, it looks like the most beautiful planet in the universe. And how we are so blessed to be on this planet. But this needs change in our lives, because this planet, we all know, is plagued now, is suffering, is bleeding. And who is responsible for it? We are responsible for it. So these three blaring questions, which are, must we change? Then the second question is, can we change? And even if we have answered both the first and second question as yes, the most important question is, will we change? So that is very, very important. So let us, think about, must we change? What's the need for change and why we are talking about it here? So see, this is your lovely horizon, and you can see the sun is just appearing in the sky. We know this very well, that solar radiation in the form of light waves passes through the atmosphere. Our science teachers have taught us that most of this radiation is absorbed by the Earth and warms it. And some energy is radiated back into the space by the Earth in form of infrared waves. But some of this outgoing infrared radiation is trapped by the Earth's atmosphere and warms it. So now the thing is, what are we doing? This is what is happening in nature, which is actually not to be controlled by us. This is happening automatically over the past few years, or rather past all the years, I would say. But what are we doing? We are spewing 152 million tons of man-made global warming pollution into the thin shell of our atmosphere, and that we are doing every 24 hours, as if it were an open sewer. And look at this. The biggest sources of greenhouse gases, we use air transport, we do oil production, we do crop burning, we know Parali. Because of that, we had to wear masks even when COVID was not there. Then thawing permafrost, and then coal mining, industrial processes, coal plants, industrial agriculture, land transport, landfill, and mostly, just look at this, that is forest burning. You know very well. One part of the world is suffering like anything, and nobody is able to control that. So, basic thing is, the energy trapped by man-made global warming pollution is, what is it equivalent to? It is equivalent to exploding 600,000 atomic bombs, first generation atomic bombs per day, or 365 days per year. Can you imagine that? That much we are actually putting into the atmosphere. So global surface temperature rises, and then departure from the average. Look at the red bars which are rising, and they're rising so high. Look here, 2020, the highest, they've reached the highest mark. And just look here, there is 70% chance 2020 will be the new hottest year ever. So this is last year's presentation. It was the hottest year ever. And that is, the largest source of global warming pollution is the burning of fossil fuels. Your science teachers must have taught you what are fossil fuels. Look at the year last year and look at the bar where it has been reaching the heights it has been reaching. So Phoenix and Miami both experienced their hottest months. That is our last one, July 2020, because this presentation came to us in August. So it is, you mentioned last month. But 19 of the 20 hottest years on record have occurred since the year 2002. And what's more, the hottest of all have been the last 7 years. And this is just the last year. So with every year, the degree, the Celsius is rising. Los Angeles, California, these are a few pictures which will come on your screen quickly. People are really suffering because all-time heat record of 121 Fahrenheit in September 6 was noted. Australia heat wave, you can see the red one is extreme heat wave, orange is severe heat wave, and yellow is low intensity heat wave. You can see the area covered by these heat waves. Canberra, Australia set a new all-time high temperature record of 111.2, that is 44 degrees Celsius on January 4 last year. And then Navrongo, that is in Ghana, it set its all-time temperature record of 111.2 Fahrenheit, that is 44 degrees Celsius. Again, and these are not supposed to be warm countries that way. And then you see temperature in Europe, it was the hottest year in record. France, Germany, Netherlands, UK, Belgium, and Luxembourg all broke their all-time high temperature records in the past few years. And Siberia, Russia, temperature reached up to 100.4 degree Fahrenheit, 38 degree. Can you beat that? On June 20, 2020. This is the northernmost 100 degree temperature ever recorded and the highest temperature on record in the Arctic. Going further, you see this our blue planet, 93% of the extra heat trapped by man-made global warming pollution goes into the ocean. We know how much part of the earth is covered by ocean. So it goes in ocean also. Now see what is the reality. The reality is this. Again last year, see the red bar which is at the highest. And you see the degrees here. You see the change in climate which is actually happening. And then global ocean heat content change since 1960. The graph is just rising madly. And you can well imagine what happens to the aquatic life. Half of this increase has occurred in less than 20 years. So Gulf of Mexico, where tandem storms Marco and Laura caused destruction in the northern Caribbean before reaching the US Gulf Coast. And then Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, you see tropical storm Laura killed at least 8 people in the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So as temperature increases, the oceans evaporate, more moisture into the sky. And more moisture, you know very well how deadly the effect is. So what happens? Your science classes have taught you evaporation, then precipitation, and then water returns to the sea. Water again is evaporated. This is a hydrological cycle. But then this cycle is causing havoc now. At least 578,000 people were affected by the typhoon Bongfong in Philippines. And super cyclonic Amphan, what it caused, you know Dhaka, the Sundarbans, the Sundarban Delta, our geography teachers have taught us so well. So what happened in Sundarban? You know what the farmer Chandan says? He says the Sundarbans is finished. Amphan has killed it. All our crops, even our trees have been destroyed. What will we do? And just see everything immersed in water, and these are children like you. Cyclone evacuation camp, Orissa, their homes devastated, families separated, and we are facing a dual challenge of cyclone in the time of COVID-19. So that is where the world is taking a turn. The earth is plagued and it is suffering. Then the gravest effects of all attacks on the environment are suffered by the poorest. You know this very well. And here the cloudburst or the cyclone you see in Phoenix, Arizona, July 18, 2016, that happened and now it has become so frequent. Torrential rains caused severe flooding in parts of Tennessee and Mississippi in February. And then this is a picture from New Jersey. This is a picture from Louisiana in New Orleans. And you know, the black neighborhoods are most affected. Globally, floods and extreme rainfall events now occur 4 times more than in 1980. You can ask your parents how frequently such news was read by them. And this year's monsoon rainfall in Bihar is 50% higher than the normal. India's monsoon rains caused at least 742 deaths in July 2020. And this is a picture from China, 700,000 people affected. This is from Kenya, 100,000 families were displaced. And then the same extra heat that evaporates more water from the ocean, causing bigger downpours and floods. Now that pulls moisture even more quickly from the soil, causing longer and deeper droughts. Look at this. So that is the lake in Chennai. Look at the condition of the drought, that the havoc that is caused by it. And India's sixth largest city nearly ran out of water as its reservoirs dried up. And Beckley, California, August 2020, more than 360 wildfires were burning across California. Recently also in the news, you must have heard that people and the towns are being evacuated because the fires are spreading like anything. And when the fires are there, what happens to property, to people, to families. So this is New Australia again. How many animals, living beings lost their lives? You have no idea. You're looking at the picture of South America, the map of South America, and you're wondering, these orange dots are looking very nice, glowing. Good morning, children, they are fires. And they are fires which are actually causing so much havoc that climate change is taking its toll on Southern Europe mostly. So worldwide extreme weather catastrophes are rising with every passing year. You can see this is 2019, the bars are higher, and 2020, the graph is even higher. So what is actually happening? The glacier, that is the Greenland, you know very well, it is placed there. So what is happening to the glacier? The southwest Greenland, this is a picture of summer 2013, and then the declining ice mass in Greenland. You see where it has reached in 2020. And this is ice sheet in Greenland. It is melting 4 times faster than originally thought. And then the North Pole experienced midwinter heat waves 3 years in a row, and it is continuing. So this is your planet Earth, as I told you. And the movement of the Earth, but these are also the movements of the storms, the waves, the atmosphere. So with every passing year, it is going 1 degree higher, right? And that is so alarming. Now look at this picture very, very carefully. You must have seen this in the posters. Sometimes you paint it also. So the stable polar vortex, strong jet stream flows, and that is flowing down because of it melting. Why is it melting? Because of global warming. And who is causing it? It's not one person, one country. It's each one of us who is contributing to it. So ultimately, because of this, the jet stream is becoming wavier. Storms are more often. Typhoons are more often. January 5, 2021, in early January, experts warned that unusual polar vortex activity would bring the potential for paralyzing snowstorms and blasts of Arctic air for weeks or even months. And the jet stream, this is February picture, Antarctic ice loss. Look at the way it is increasing with every passing year. And then population at risk. This is population at risk. Look at the cities, top 10 cities, and mind you, children, you have your, Kolkata and Mumbai in this list. And then if you talk of the assets, you again have Kolkata and Mumbai in this list, and every city for that matter. Every life is important. You see this octopus in the garage of Miami Beach, right? Why is it here? Because the water or the oceans have flowed into the city, right? And this you see 129 billion worth of New York City real estate now lies in flood zones. Can you imagine Kiribati is the first nation to purchase a place where to house its climate refuges? This, the countries have to think about. And US Department of Defense has said climate change will likely lead to food and water shortages, pandemic diseases, and disputes over refugees and resources. We all had been listening and reading news about Rohingyas, and destruction by natural disasters in regions across the globe. So climate change is a medical emergency, and tropical diseases on the move. The blue one that splashed was West Nile virus. Cobalt blue was Rift Valley fever. Purple was chikungunya, and green was Chagas disease. Yellow was Gatti fungus, and red was dengue fever, and the light lilac is Zika virus. So you see how the world is getting affected with every passing day. And as the climate changes and humans expand further into Earth's remaining wild places, 5 new infectious diseases are emerging on average each year. So we know this very well. These are zoonotic diseases, right? Transmitted from animals to humans. A picture from China, you look at the condition, and we now risk losing up to 50% of all land-based species, children. So must we change? The question was that, and I'm sure you will say yes. And then you will say, I'll ask you, can we change? You may again say yes, because we have the solutions at hand. And what are the solutions? Enough solar energy reaches Earth every hour to fill all the world's energy needs. So why not think about having electric cars which are charged up by the solar energy? Next time your family plans to buy a car, you can have electric cars instead of the cars running on the petrol or diesel. You can have the electric cars on the road. And then you see, your question is, can we change? You will say, yes, ma'am, it is possible. But the most important question, as I said, was, will we change? Now here you see in the 2015 Paris Agreement, every nation in the world agreed to work together to achieve the net zero greenhouse gas emissions by the mid-century. And this one, over 240 global companies have made a commitment to go 100% renewable. You go for brands, many of you. So you can find the brands which have agreed that we are going to go renewable. And you can find that the world is coming together because this is one responsibility that every shoulder has to take. And who is doing that? The voices are being raised by children. In Nashville, Tennessee, you see the children are demanding it, that you have to now pay your attention to this calamity and join those who are using their voices, their votes, their choices to fight for their future, their community and their world. And more so, use your voice, your vote, your choices. Speak truth to power like your world depends on it. This is your world, children, and we do not have planet B. You must be thinking on Monday mornings, Rita ma'am is bombarding us with so much of information, and it's making me sad what is happening in the world. But closing our eyes will not change the truth, children. So our world depends on it. You will ask me, ma'am, I'm a small child. I'm not even able to go to school. My parents don't allow me. And what is more, I'm sitting at home. What can I do? All I can do is maybe make a poster. That's it. But my answer to you is do these following steps. Number one, pull the plug. Do you know that keeping your device on a standby mode, which you often do, can cost you a lot in the year? And in money terms as well as in energy, total standby energy use of all households adds up to 19 million tons of CO2 every year. Next time Papa removes his mobile from the charging, please pull the plug, because still it is emitting CO2 in the atmosphere. Then check out the fridge. Where is it? Is it near the microwave or in the kitchen? Place the fridge in a cold place away from heat sources and don't set the temperature lower than necessary. Many times when you bring an ice cream brick, you bring the temperature down. But you know, for every degree you lower, it uses 4% more electricity. And remember, when you go on a holiday, always defrost it and switch it off. Then instead of just, heating up that bowl of pasta in your microwave, use gas stove. It consumes only half the primary energy of an electric stove because it can generate heat instantly. An electric stove produces an average of 253 grams of CO2 per use. And most importantly, this is what your Dadaji always said, turn off the light. I am appealing to you. You become the energy saver of your own house, locality, neighborhood. The rule of the thumb is, of course, to turn off all the unnecessary lights, but the kind of lamps you use also influences the energy consumption. So be very careful when you're leaving the room. The television should not be on. Computer is not on. Laptop is not on. Fan is not moving. And the worst is what the parents shared with me. ACs are not running in 3 different rooms because there are 3 people in the family. So choose the right kitchen appliances. If you have to just heat up 1 cup of water, don't heat up the entire kettle. And the most important, which I did my first assembly with you, is say no to plastic things, whether they are pens, single-use plastic. Carry a small cloth bag like a handkerchief in your pocket. And even refusing is the most important art. And that is going to bring the change. And the production of plastic bags as well as their disposal requires significant amount of energy and produces CO2 emissions. You know this very well. But if there are things in your house and you're using them, don't simply throw them away, increasing the garbage or increasing the mountain of plastics. You can reuse them. So the next R is also very, very important. Optimize your diet. Natural and healthy foods, they don't come in Tetra packs. So COVID has taught us the right food habits. Instead of ordering pasta, pizza all the time, I would rather that you go for home cooked, nutritious food. Rather you cook it. And if you cook it, you will love it and your family will love it too. Once in a while, you can indulge yourself. So go out on the street and make your voice heard. When I'm asking to go out on the street, I really literally don't mean it now at this point, but speaking to your neighborhood, gathering children of your locality, just checking with them, are these things being followed in your house? And even visiting the neighborhood houses, telling them about these steps that everybody can take. And then organic farming on the terrace. How happy your grandparent or your parents would be if you were growing your own tomatoes, your own bitter gourd or the bottle gourd or whatever, and you are going to be having a beautiful pastime, having creativity, and you'll be having the best part is absolutely contaminated food at all. And then most important is another point, that is don't waste water. Water it is becoming so precious. Drinking water is going to be so less that you will ultimately buy water all the time. So not even a single drop has to be wasted. Many of you have ROs in your home. And my observation is if you need 1 bucket of drinking water, you waste 3 buckets of water and I collect it, use it for the plants, for mopping, for cleaning. Now, not a single drop of water has to be wasted. Even the AC, when the AC pipe is there, put a bucket underneath that you can put in your batteries or in your inverter. So utilize, because your life depends on it. Climate reality is our responsibility, children, and everybody has to take the lead. Don't wait. Walk up into the market. Just see if the shopkeepers are throwing the trash on the streets. Join your hands and say that I'm here because this city is mine also. I have to live here. And on that note, I'm bringing you back into the meeting for that matter. And I'm just wishing to talk to you face to face and stopping sharing, because this is what the presentation was about. But main thing is, have I come back into the meeting, Taranuma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So every child has a voice and that voice has to be used. Ask your family, ask your neighborhood, please gather them. Whenever there is a gathering of the family, talk to your Masi, Mama, Chacha, and tell them that these are few things which I am doing in my house. And I want you to do it too. Talk to your cousins. Spread awareness. Simply making a poster and putting on Twitter will not help. We need real action. And that real action will only happen when each one of us wakes up. When mommy doesn't have to, remind you, you walked away, the AC is on. When Papa does not have to tell you, your class has ended, why didn't you switch off your laptop? So we have to be acutely aware. And we have to carry these cloth bags into a pocket or with us. And, even so much so, I advise my team of teachers, whenever we used to have staff lunch when the school was open, we used to bring our own utensils. You know why? We used to cook ourselves and have a party and eat it in the utensils which were brought from home, so that we do not generate 31 thermocol plates as garbage just because the teachers wanted to have a party. So it is not simply 31 thermocol plates. It is 31 spoons. It is 31 plastic glasses. And every time we eat, we are actually throwing that and increasing the amount of garbage. So children, my Monday morning wake up is because the responsibility is ours. And every day is precious. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking fast. The world is plagued, but action has to be taken by everyone. On that note, I just have 2 minutes and I'll use my song for it. And please listen to it very, very carefully. And if you like it, I'll send it on YouTube. And that goes, दुनिया को चेंज करना है तो बस काम करो. पहला कदम तुम खुद से लो और फिर शुरुआत करो. You will see that people will follow happily. You will change your life and their destiny. दुनिया को चेंज करना है तो बस काम करो. पहला कदम तुम खुद से लो और फिर शुरुआत करो. जरा सोचो धुएं में जी के लंग्स का होगा क्या, घर सांस नहीं ले पाएंगे जीवन का होगा क्या. Do some carpool and go for metro ride. Stop pollution or it will take your life. दुनिया को चेंज करना है तो बस एक काम करो, पहला कदम तुम खुद से लो और फिर शुरुआत करो. क्यों सोचे हम कि कोई और संवारेगा दुनिया, अरे हमको ही तो लानी है जीवन में खुशियाँ. Save the planet Earth, we don't have planet B. Let us start working for climate reality. दुनिया को चेंज करना है तो बस काम करो, पहला कदम तुम खुद से लो और फिर शुरुआत करो. So that is my message to you children. And start, don't ask, government is not doing anything, people are not careful. Start, ask yourself the question, what am I doing for my earth, my environment, my family, and my health? Okay, on that note, I'll just stop my presentation here. Congratulate you also because today we start Literary Week and your language teachers have got bouquet of activities for you. And we are going to promote reading for this entire month because you are a reader today is a leader tomorrow, right? So read more and be more careful about your responsibility and just sensitize each and every soul that comes into your life. Fine? Thank you so much.